Hi, Cheryl here with you from Farmhouse Frugally. Today I wanted to give you a shout out. Thank you for joining my channel where I take things that have been left behind on the side of the road, at the dump. Maybe I've thrifted them to turn them into something fabulous. So I love to spin wool and cook and bake and craft and DIY and especially trash to treasure. So I hope you'll join me along this journey. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. Please share this video with another farmhouse fanatic or someone you know likes to upcycle things. And I thank you for stopping by. Now let's get into a project. We'll start showing you things we found either at the dump or at a yard sale. These 3 mirrors were free at the dump, needing definitely a little bit of love, as well as these 2 wooden trays, which are brand new, tags on them from Joann's Fabric. I'm going to flip those. I paid $1 for this gorgeous frame that definitely needs some love, but has so much potential. Same yard sale, I found this massive wooden mirror, very heavy glass, $5. It is going to be so lovely, given a treatment and a little bit of loving. My husband wanted the tools in this box, and I wanted the box, so he paid 20 bucks. This little muffin tin, brand new, never used, holds a ton of muffins for $4. This little child's chair was free at the dump, second one this week. This rush chair, also free at the dump. I believe I now have 9 rush chairs. I've got to find something to do with these. So we're going to start with project number 1. We're going to take those 3 mirrors. And if you saw my video the other day where I painted a box, I had some green paint left over that had a little bit of baking soda in it. And I didn't mind that it was a little bit rough because it would pick up the wax. So I very gingerly went over this one with the soft-tipped paintbrush just to make sure there weren't any lines in it. And I am going to wax that as soon as that is dry. And then just take a paper towel and wipe all that so that it stays mainly in the raised sections. And here it is in a box that I made recently beside the other box that I made recently. So hopefully you are liking that project. On to number 2. Now this one was a really simple thing. My husband had picked up this beautiful toolbox. He wanted the tools, so I just took everything out and gave it a real good cleaning, which it really did need because, of course, it had tools in it and it was in the garage. Really what I didn't like was the natural wood, really, really light colored wood inside. So all I did was take some of the Waverly stain or Waverly wax that I mixed with warm water to make my own stain, and just gave that the really light colored woods a little darker tone to it, and then just put these lavender in it, and I think it came out really beautiful just as it is. So I love it. I'm keeping it. On to project number 3. Now this one was a lot more work. This was a bench that my husband was given, and it's that orangey toned wood. It's in great shape, but really just doesn't do anything for me. So I spent a lot of time sanding the top. I knew that I was going to paint the bottom, but I wanted to try to get the top sanded down, get rid of the finish in order to stain that. So I tried a number of different stains that I had on hand, and honestly, I had trouble getting a color that I liked. I ended up getting the, I believe it was American Oak mixed with a little bit of black at the end to give it a kind of brown with black streaks sort of look to it. And then I put it up on top of a table to paint the base of it in a black chalk paint. Already I liked it so much better. I ended up having to strip it and redo the top because it would not dry in the humidity, unfortunately. So that's what I mean by it being a lot of work. Once it was finished, I pulled out my stencil and I stenciled it with chalk paint, the black chalk paint, and then I added the two little pinstripings on the side of it to give it more of a country feel, but at the end of the day, I really, really like it, but the black stencil doesn't pop as much as I wished that it did. Leave me a comment below and let me know if you like the stencil or if you would have preferred it without. On to project number 4. Now this was a frame, a really beautiful frame, solid wood that I had picked up, and I just took, after cleaning that, the black chalk paint, and I went around it with 2 coats, both sides. And then once it was dry, I wanted to do the brown wax on it. So I sanded here and there with a pretty heavy sand, using my orbital sander to get that distressed look on the raised edges. And then once I wiped that all down, I went ahead and waxed. You can see the difference. Once you add that rich brown wax, it just makes it look just, I don't know, just really just a nicer feel to it than just the distressed look alone. So it kind of richens it up a bit. So hopefully you like these projects. Thank you for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one.